Welcome to Stoner Watch, and today we're talking about Minions, The Rise of Gru. And if you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button and click on that bell so you can notify for future videos. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And yes, after going to the theater and checking out Minions, The Rise of Gru and its opening weekend, I gotta say, this movie is alright. I mean, I'm not gonna say this is like the worst movie I ever saw, but it's not the best one I saw either. I mean, looking at the Rotten Tomato scores and everything else in this movie, I mean, I don't know if we all saw the same movie. I mean, there were a lot of parts in this movie where I did laugh out loud. I mean, it was pretty damn funny. I liked how it tied into all the other Minion movies. I mean, we got to see that Longbottom dude. I'm surprised there wasn't at least one little snicker about his name being Longbottom. His name actually never came up. I was waiting for it, but it never actually happened. But I thought that was kind of cool how they brought them into this a little bit more and kind of tied that in. And then we get to see the scientist guy that invents the fart gun and all that other stuff. I can't remember his name, but I liked how they brought him into this. This is kind of like, you know, it's a sequel to the prequel from 2015. So this is like the second prequel of this possible trilogy right now. I mean, the way it's performing in the box office, I would not doubt that there's another movie set in the same time period, if you will, before it actually moves on. But maybe that's just me. Minions, The Rise of Gru is a 2022 American computer animated comedy film produced by Illumination and distributed by Universal Pictures. It is the sequel to the spin-off prequel Minions from 2015 and is the fifth entry in the Despicable Me franchise. Directed by Kyle Balda, Brad Ableson, and Jonathan Day Val as co-directors. Brian Lynch and Matthew Fogel are the writers. Minions, The Rise of Gru debuted at the Annecy International Animated Film Festival on June 13th of 2022, followed by a premiere on June 25th at the TCL Chinese Theater in Los Angeles, California. The film originally scheduled for a general release on July 3rd of 2020, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic and their incomplete status with Illumination's Matt Groff temporary closure in response to that event, was pushed back to July 2nd of 2021. Later, to July 1st of 2022. Critics praised the musical numbers and the entertainment value for children, while criticism was mostly directed towards the film's plot. Starring in this movie, we have Steve Carell, Pierre Coffin, Taraji P. Henson, Michelle Yeoh, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lucy Lawless, Dolph Lundgren, Danny Trejo, Russell Brand, Julie Andrews, and Alan Arkin, just to name a few. Coming out of its opening weekend, Minions, The Rise of Gru is sitting with a Rotten Tomatoes score of 72%, with 125 top critics so far reporting in. Now, over on the audience side, it's sitting with a 91%, where they've got 25 plus 100 fans saying they love this movie. I kind of wish I was one of them. I mean, I laughed at a lot at this thing. I kind of dug some of the ties they had into it. I guess I kind of like this movie, but it definitely wasn't my favorite one. I mean, 15 or 2, I went matinee on this one mainly because I'm cheap, but right now I kind of wish I would have waited for it to come out on Netflix, to be quite honest with you. With a budget of $80 to $85 million, and its worldwide box office estimate as of right now is $202 million. I mean, so it's well on its way to being profitable, and it easily took number one for the box office this week. It brought in $108.5 million for its domestic haul. So it easily was at number one. Top Gun was pretty much hanging back there at number 2. And Elvis drops to number 3 for the weekend. So, I mean, it made a lot of money this weekend. There's no doubt about it. This movie made a lot of money. But, you know, it just, to me, it didn't seem anything. I don't know, I guess it's a good kid movie or what have you. So I kind of see that. I mean, I don't know. It pretty much delivered on what they said it was going to be, right? I mean, it was definitely a Despicable Me-like type movie. I mean, it was kind of cool to see Gru as he was. I mean, again, there was a lot of tie-ins to the other Minion movies, which I thought was kind of cool, but I don't know. I kind of wish I saw it at home. It didn't have to be seen on the big screen as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, considering how much they're, like, leaning into this whole entire Minion, like, language and stuff like that, this thing should have subtitles at the bottom of the screen when they have one of the Minions talking, so we know exactly what they're saying. Oh, and then I feel like it's like R2-D2 from Star Wars. Everybody's like, they're bleeping and chirping and stuff like that. Everybody's like, you don't say. Okay, sure. How am I supposed to know that's what the hell he's saying, right? I mean, that's pretty much what I'm getting at as far as like the Minion language and stuff like that. I mean, some words are kind of like squeaks out of there, but at the same time, it's like, what did he say? I mean, that's what you said he said, but how do we know for sure? So did you go see Minions, The Rise of Gru? Let me know in the comments down below. Where does this thing rank with you with all the other Despicable Me movies in the franchise? Let me know in the comments down below. And where does this rank with you with all the other animated movies we've gotten over the last few years? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm like saying this thing is like the worst movie I ever saw, but I kind of wish I just saw it at home because I don't think it was really worth the price of matinee. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think in the comments down below.